Hello class 6th, welcome all of you. Today we will revise our history second chapter from hunting, gathering to growing food. Student, we have already completed this chapter, but in today's video we will revise important point of this chapter. So let's move back to the history. The earliest people, why were they on the move? Students, we know that in ancient time and in past, earliest people, they continuously move from one place to another place. But why? Why they were moving? We know about people who lived in the subcontinent as early as 2 million years ago. So, today we describe them as hunter and gatherers. So, why we describe them as hunter and gatherers? Because they used to hunt animals and they also gathered useful things for their daily life. The name comes from the way in which they got their food, and generally they hunt wild animals, caught fish and birds, gather fruit, roots, nuts, seeds, leaves, stalks and eggs. Hunter and gatherers move from place to place. There are many reasons for this. So let's count the reason. Student, first reason, if they had stayed on one place for a long time, they would have eaten up all the available plants and animal resources. Therefore, they would have had to go elsewhere in search of the food. This was the first reason. Second reason, animal move from one place to another place, either in search of smaller prey, or in the case of deer and wild cattle, in search of grass and leaves. That is why those who hunt these animals had to follow their movement. So, as animal used to move from one place to another place, that's why the earlier men have to move behind them, because they were hunting them. Third, plants. Third reason is plants and trees. Plants and trees bear fruit in different seasons. So, people have moved from season to season in search of different kind of plants. And fourth reason, plants and animals need water to survive. Water is found in lakes, streams and rivers. While many rivers and lakes are perennial with water through the year, others are seasonal. Okay, means कुछ जो water sources होते they are perennials, but some are seasonals. Means perennials means जिनमें throughout the year water available रहता है. People living on their blanks would have had to go in search of water during the dry season, winter and summer. So student, how do we know about these people? So archaeologists have found some of the things hunters made to use. It is like that people made and used tool of stone, wood and bone, of which stone tools have survived best. So you all know that student, stone tools survive best. Why they survive best? Because stones are not biodegradable, and as comparison of the other biodegradable things, they survive best. So some of these stone tools were used to cut meat and bones, scrape bark and hides, chop fruits and roots. So some may have been attached to handle or bone or wood to make spear and arrow for hunting. Other tools were used to chop wood, which was used as firewood. Wood was also used to make huts and tools. So by these tools and by these things, archaeologists found their traces. And by this, like their bones and by other things, we are able to know about them, to know about their lifestyle and their things, the things they were using, like their stones and other things. Archaeologists also found some traces of the fire ashes, so that They are able to know that these earlier men were also using fire to cook their food like meat and other things. Here you can see on your screen, students, stone tools which archaeologists found. Tools may also have been used for left digging the ground. These tools maybe they were using for digging the ground. Okay. To collect edible roots, and right, they were using for the stitching clothes made out of animal skins. Choosing a place to live in. Look at map 2 below. There are some places marked in this map. So by this map, we can understand that how these earliest men used to choose the places where they were living. Here student, you can see this is the Mehargarh, and all the places where they were living are nearby the rivers, tributaries, and any river like Indus River, Yamuna River and Ganga River. Okay, so they were all living near the rivers. Means archaeologists found all the traces that are near the river and near any cave, because cave provides them shelter and rivers provide them water. So that's why they were choosing their uh, place near the river and near any other cave. All the places marked with red triangle are sites from which archaeologists are found evidence of hunter-gatherers. Hunter-gatherers lives in many more places. Only some are shown on the map. Many sites are located near source of water such as rivers and lakes. As stone tools were important, people tried to find place where good quality stone was easily available. Okay, so means at that time the stone tools were very important for them. That's why they were prefer to live near the place where they can find easily stones and useful stones. So rock paintings and what they tell us. Archaeologists also found some rock paintings. A painting from a rock shelter describing the painting. Many of these caves in which these early people lived have painting on the walls. Some of the best examples are from Madhya Pradesh and southern Uttar Pradesh. These paintings show wild animals drawn with great accuracy and skills. Here student, you can see the picture of Bhimbetka. This is the picture of the Bhimbetka. Bhimbetka is present-day Madhya Pradesh. This is an old site with cave and rock shelters. People choose these natural caves because they provide shelter from the rain, heat and winds. So these rock shelters are close to the Narmada Valley. Can you think of why people choose to live here? So people choose to live in Bhimbetka because this Bhimbetka provides them a shelter and it also provides them water also. Sites. Sites places where the remains of things, tools, pots, buildings, etc. were found. So these were made, used and left behind the people. These may be found on the surface of the earth, buried under the earth or sometimes even under water. You will learn more about different sites in later chapters. Find out about fire. Find the Kurnool cave on map 2. Traces of ash have been found here. In Kurnool cave, archaeologists found some trace of ash. This suggests that people were familiar with the use of fire. Fire could have been used of many things, as a source of light, to roast meat, and to scare away animal. Okay, means when they invented fire, they found that fire is very useful for them. By the fire, they can cook their food and it protect them from the wild animals. Okay, they use it and to scare away animals. So today we are also using fire for lots of work. You can think about it. Next topic is names and dates. Let's see how archaeologists used to name a period and a date. Archaeologists have some given lengthy name for the time that we are studying. They call the earliest people Paleolithic. Paleolithic. Remember that word Paleolithic. This comes from two Greek words. Paleo means old and lithos means stones. So the name points to the importance of finds of stone tools. The Paleolithic period extends from 2 million years ago to about 12,000 years ago. This long stretch of time is divided into lower, middle and upper Paleolithic. This long span of time covers 99% of human history. You can say that Paleolithic period, this periods cover 99% of human history. The period when we find environmental changes begins about 12,000 years ago till about 10,000 years ago. Is called Mesolithic, means middle stone. Stone tools found during this period are generally tiny and are called microlithic. Microlithic were probably stuck on the handles of bones or wood to make tools such as saws and sickles. Means in microlithic period, the earlier man was become more modern in comparison of the Paleolithic. They know how to use the mini tools. Means they were able to use micro tools also, like tools made by microstones. At the same time, older varieties of tool continue to be used in. Next stage from 10,000 years ago is known as the Neolithic. What do you think the term Neolithic means? We have also mentioned the name of some places. You will find the name of many more places in later chapter. Very often we use present day name in the places where place lived because we do not know what they tell them. So student, Neolithic means when they started using some metal also. So this time known as the Neolithic periods. Next topic is a changing environment. Around 2000 years ago, there were many changes in the climate of the world with a shift of relatively warm conditions. In many years, this led to the development of grasslands. This in turn led to increase in the number of deer, antelope, goat and sheep and cattle. Student, you can understand that 12,000 years ago our environment changed. There was a drastic change in our environment, and the major changes because of in the climate, the lots of grassland develop and the grass eating animals increase like deer, antelope, goat, sheep and cattle. So animals that survived on grass they start increasing. So those who hunt these animals now followed them, learning about their food habit and then breeding season. It is likely that the help people to start thinking about herding and rearing these animals themselves. Fishing also become important. Means time by time, slowly, earlier men started concentrating on the animals. They learn their behavior and their breeding season and then start to herd them and start to domesticize them. Next topic, the beginning of farming and herding. This was also a time when several grain bearing grasses, including wheat, barley, and rice, grew naturally in different parts of the subcontinent. Student, you know that in present time we are growing wheat, barley, and rice, but at that time in subcontinent, the wheat, barley, and grass and rice were found as a grass. They were found naturally in the forest and grasslands. So, in different parts of the subcontinent, men, women, and children probably collected these grains as food, and they learned where they grew and when they ripened. This may have led them to think about growing plants in their own. In this way, people became farmer. Okay. People could also attract and then tame animals by leaving food for them near their shelter. People were trying to attract animals by leaving food to them near their shelter. The first animal to be tamed was the wild ancestor of the dog Later, people encouraged animals that were relatively gentle to come near the campus where they lived. These animals such as sheep, goat, cattle and also pig lived in herds and most of them ate grass. Means humans started growing grass because wheat, barley, rice is a grass type food. So these animals who were eating these grasses started coming near the humans, like sheep and goat and buffaloes, cows. That's why humans started herding these animals also. Dog was the first first animal that attract to the human camps because dog eat meat and earlier human were hunting the animals and they also used to leave food near their camp, near their shelter to attract animal. So the dog also attract towards them. Can you think of any reason why dogs were perhaps the first animal to be tamed? Now I have given you the reason. Next topic is domestication. Domestication means making animals domestic. In the name given to the process in which people grew plants and took look after animals. Very often, plants and animals that are tamed by people become different from wild plants and animals. This is because they select plants and animals for domestication. For example, they selected these plants and animals that are not prone to disease. They also select plants that yield long sized grain and have strong stalk capable of bearing the weight of ripe grain. Weeds from selected plants are preserved and shown to ensure that new plants will have the same qualities. Means now humans were able to understand the process of farming and the process of choosing best quality grains. They were just choosing selected grains which were giving them a good quality of farming. Among guest animals, those that are relatively gentle are selected for breeding. As a result, gradually domesticated animals and plants become different from wild animals and plants. For example, the teeth and horns of wild animals are usually much larger than those of domesticated animals. So you can see in the picture the difference between tooth of a wild animal and a domestic animal. Domestication was a gradually process that took place in many parts of the world. It began about 12,000 years ago. Virtually all the plants and animals produced that we use as food today is a result of domestication. Some of the earliest plants to be domesticated were wheat and barley. The earliest domesticated animal includes sheep and goat. Next topic is new way of life. Students, you can see ways in which grain was used by the earliest men. They were using grain as seed, as food, as gifts, and stored for food. If you plant a seed, you will notice that it takes some time to grow. This may be for several days, weeks, months, and in some cases, years. When people begin growing plants, it means that they had to stay in the same place for a long time. Means if they when they started farming, then they have to live in a permanent place. It means that they had to stay in the same place for a long time, looking after the plant, watering them, weeding them, and driving away animal and birds till the grain ripened, and then the grain had to be used carefully so that the when they started growing crops, then they have to start a new way of life. Means they have to settle in a particular place. As grain had to be stored for both food and seeds, people had to think of way of storing it. Means now, because they were producing a huge number of grain, now they have to learn how to store these grains. In many areas, they begin making large clay pots or woven baskets or dug pits into ground. Next topic, storing animals. Animals multiply naturally because they reproduce. Besides, if they are looked after carefully, they provide milk, which is an important source of food, and meat, whenever required. In other words, animals that are reared can be used as a store of food. That's why the earlier man started to rearing these animals, domesticating these animals. Finding out about the first farmers and herders. Now, let's move back to the past and know that how the earlier men and when they started farming. Look at the map 2 in your book. You will notice a number of blue squares. Each marks a site from where archaeologists have found evidence of early farmers and herders. These are found all over the subcontinent. Some of the most important ones are in the near in present-day Kashmir and in the east of the South India. To find out whether these sites were settlement of farmers and herders, scientists studies evidence of plants and animal bones. One of the most exciting find includes remains of burnt grain. These may have been burnt accidentally or in purpose. Scientists can identify grains, and so we know that number of crops were grown in different parts of the subcontinent. They can also identify the bones of different animals. Towards a settled life. Archaeologists have found traces of huts or house or some sites of for instance of Burjahom. Burjahom in present-day Kashmir. In Burjahom, archaeologists find traces of permanent settlement. Means they find in Burjahom that people were living in a particular area. People built pit houses which were dug into ground. Which steps leading into them? They may have provided shelter in cold weather. Archaeologists have also found cooking hearths both inside and outside of hut, which suggests that depending on the weather, people could cook food either indoor or outdoor. You can also draw a pit house in your notebook. Stone tools have been found from many sites. As well, many of these are different from the earlier Paleolithic tools, and that is why they are called Neolithic. These include tools that were polished to give fine cutting edge, and mortars and pestles used for grinding grains and other plants produce. Mortars and pestles are used for grinding grains even today. Several thousand years later, at the same time, tools of the Paleolithic types continue to be made and used, and remember, some tools were also made of bones. So these types of tools were found. Many kind of earthen pots have also been found. Earthen pots. These are sometimes decorated and were used for storing things. People began using pots for cooking food, especially grains like rice, wheat, and lentils that now become an important part of the diet. Besides, they began weaving clothes using different kind of materials, for example, cotton that could now be grown. Did things change everywhere and all at once? Not quite. In many areas, men and women still continue to hunt and gather foods, and elsewhere, people adopted farming and herding slowly. Over several thousand years, beside in some cases, people tried to combine these activities, doing different things during different seasons. A closer look, living and dying in Mehrgarh. Student, Mehrgarh is also on map 2. You can see in your book and map 2. This site is located in a fertile plain near the Bolan Pass, which is one of the most important route into Iran. Mehrgarh was probably one of the places where people learned to grow barley and wheat and rear sheep and goats for the first time in this area. So this area, you have to remember that Mehrgarh is that place where people started growing wheat and barley. Okay, remember this point. Mehrgarh was probably one of the place where people learned to grow barley and wheat and rear sheep and goats for the first time in this area. It is one of the earliest village that we know about. At this site, many animals' bones are found. Bones of wild animals such as the deer and pig, and also bone of sheep and goats are found. Other finds at Mehrgarh include remains of square and rectangular houses. Square and rectangular houses are also found in Mehrgarh. Each house has four or more compartments like this, some of which may have been used for storage. When people die, their relatives and friends generally pay respect to them. People look after them, perhaps in the belief that there is some form of life after death. So, burial is one such arrangement, and they bury their useful things with them also because they believe life after death. In one instance, the dead person was buried with goat, which were probably meant to serve as food in the next world. Cave painting in France, elsewhere. Find France in your atlas. The painting below is from a cave in France. You can see this is a painting in the farm, France. This site was discovered by four school children more than 100 years ago. Paintings like this were made between 20,000 and 10,000 years ago. Many of these were of animals such as wild horse, orogs, an older wild form of cattle, bison, woolly rhinoceros, and reindeers and bear, painted in bright colors. These colors were made from minerals like oak or iron ore and charcoal. It is possible that these paintings were done on ceremonial occasions, or perhaps they were made of special rituals performed by hunters before they went in search of prey. So let's look at the important topic of this chapter. First is varieties of food. What kind of varieties they were using? Plants that are grown and animals that are reared. Different plants and different conditions. They know that if they were growing rice, they need more water, but the wheat needs less water. Different animal prefer different environment. Sheep and goats can survive in dry. Cattle needs grassland to survive. The beginning of farming and herding. Edible plants, first of all, how they used to herd and farm. Edible plants were found. Then seeds broke off, stalk fell in the ground. Then they learnt from birds and animals. Plants were grown and seeds ripened, and then this process they continued again and again. The beginning of farming and herding. First of all, they tamed the animals. First animal to be tamed was wild ancestor of dog. Other animals were encouraged to come near their camp. Sheep, goat, cattle and pig ate grass and came near the camp. People protected these animals from attack. Animals were tamed. A new way of life. People planted seed and noticed that it takes some time to grow. They stay in the same place for a long time. They looked after the plant, watering, weeding, driving away animals and birds till grain ripened. Grain had to be stored for food and seeds. They began making large clay pots and woven baskets or dug pits into the ground. People planted seeds and noticed that it takes some time to grow. Storing grains. How they learned to store the grains. Earthen or clay jars and pots were found. Dug pits in the ground to store grains. People wove baskets to store the grains. Storing animals. People took care of animals because they provide milk and meat. Towards a settled life. Pit house. Pit house in Burjahom, Kashmir. Steps leads the people into them, provided shelter in cold weather. Cooking hearths inside and outside of the hearths were found. People cooked both inside and outdoor. Neolithic implements of stone, flint and horns. You can see in this picture. They were using lots of kind of instruments made by the stones. Tools. Paleolithic age and Neolithic age. In Paleolithic age, earlier men were using simple shaped stone tools like cutter and hand axe. Also they used spear tips and sticks. But in Neolithic age, more advanced shaped tools like bows and arrows and harpoons, they also used spear tips. Means जो न्योलिथिक एज था उसमें जो आदि मानव थे, जो एलियर मैन थे, दे बिकम मोर एंड मोर इंटेलिजेंट. Characteristics of the Neolithic tools and weapons and implements. They were polished to give a fine cutting edge. Mortars and pestles were used to grinding grains. Many kinds of earthen pots have been also found, sometimes decorated. They were used for storing things. Pots were used for cooking foods like rice, wheats, and grains. Towards settled life, they began weaving clothes by using different kinds of material. What about other custom and practice? Many of these fairs and herders lived in groups called tribes and followed certain practice that may have existed earlier. A closer look. Living and dying in Mehargarh. Mehargarh located in a fertile plain near the Bolan Pass, which is now on most important roads into Iran. This is one of the earliest villages that we know about. One of the places where women and men learned to grow barley and wheat and rear sheep and goats for the first time in the area. Bones of animals like deer, pig, sheep, goats, cattle were found. Houses in Mehargarh. These types of houses were found in the Mehargarh. Burial sites in Mehargarh. Several burial sites have been found at Mehargarh. In some cases, the dead person was buried with goats, sheep, which meant to serve as food in the next world. A closer look. Daujali Heading. It is a site of the hill of Brahmaputra Valley close to route leading to China and Myanmar. वहाँ पे हमें मिले हैं have been found some of instrument. So jadid is a stone that may have been brought from China have been found here. Points to be remembered. Our ape-like ancestor had to face many challenges from the climate, wild animal, and from other human groups. They gradually transferred from nomads to hunters or herds to cultivators and to present modern man. So prehistory is the period of history prior to invention of writing. Paleolithic age is also called Old Stone Age. In this age, people used to live like nomads. They lived in small hunting and gathering groups. People developed a spoken language, invented clothing, and used rocky overhangs and cave as shelter. They also learned to build fire and warmth, cooking and light. In Neolithic period, people learned farming and settled themselves in permanent villages. They also learned to domesticate animals. Neolithic agriculture revolution was the change from nomadic of farming life. This led to the development of the civilization. Uses of grains as food lessen the dependence of animals. Grains are used as seed to grow further crops. So, we have revised this chapter, our earlier ancestors. So, student, watch the video again to learn the important point of the chapter.